Those are some strong comments by Charles Barkley. In case you guys couldn't hear, it was based on KD. He basically said if KD is arguing with teenagers online, how is he going to handle the New York media? And essentially, Kevin Durant doesn't have the makeup for this New York City market. Do you agree with him, Max?
No, not exactly, although I know why he says it. KD, it depends. Are you going to a place where there's bad will or goodwill? This is the reason I'm against him going to the Knicks. Because Dolan's the owner and he will continually mess up. I mean, he's done it his entire career as the owner. What, suddenly he's going to wake up and see the light this time? How many this times are there? The media is kind of predisposed to start going at you. And the Knicks are like, oh, you said, well, the Mecca, Madison Square Garden, not of basketball, not really, not in decades, but the middle of New York City and Manhattan, all that stuff, all the media, all the attention, a predisposition to not like them, a dysfunctional franchise, things will surely go wrong, versus Brooklyn, where they're kind of predisposed to root for you. Because they hadn't had a franchise in Brooklyn since the Dodgers left in the late 50s. They were starving for it. Brooklyn's a huge place. It's a sexy borough. It rings bells around the world. And Prokhorov, when he first bought the team, tried to do the right thing. It doesn't work that way in the NBA. It's not baseball, no salary cap. He tried to just give them a winner. It didn't work. They tore it down, built it back up, and they have a healthy, functional franchise, good coaching, good front office. If KD goes to that kind of situation, they will love him in New York. And if he succeeds there, and I suspect he would elevate his brand to #1 in sports on planet Earth. He'd have the #1 brand in the world.
Okay, so I actually think, like, let's say Durant went to play in Memphis. You think he wouldn't be a topic on this show? You think he wouldn't be a topic right here? Because the irony about Kevin Durant is he's the most indefensible player I've ever seen in basketball in terms of the way he plays, but yet this is something that can get to him. No basketball player can get to him. Nobody can bother him. He's 7 foot tall, puts that ball up. They have no hope once you get it up there. It doesn't matter where he goes in terms of media. He's going to be under scrutiny. He has got to make the decision that is going to be the best for his career. And if you're right, Max, the best for his career is to win in the #1 media market, and that's what he values, that's what he's got to do. If what's best for his career is to pick an organization where he believes it will take care of him in the back half of his prime, which might be the Golden State Warriors, which might be the Los Angeles Lakers, which might be another team, the Los Angeles Clippers, that's what his fear of the media can't be a priority.
We're talking about New York here. In terms of the New York market, Knicks or Nets.
In 2019, I don't care about the media.
But that's not true. The players do. The players do care about the market. So if we're talking New York, is it Knicks or Nets?
The conundrum is the Knicks are better positioned to get better faster. The Nets have proven to be a better organization.
Right.
That's the difficult situation.
Here's the thing that I think everybody's missing. You're a basketball player. Kevin Durant got into it with Draymond Green on the Clippers, at a visiting team's bench against the Clippers early in the year. How he play after that? I thought he played quite well after that. Kevin Durant talked about Patrick Beverley. Y'all know who I am. You know who I am. How did he play after that? He averaged 40. Y'all definition of problems are different than mine. I don't understand how if you got an attitude and you go out on the court and you wreak havoc and wreck shop, that's something that could be detrimental to your career if you're a basketball player. Now, if you're trying to make friends in the media, that's a problem. If you're trying to hide your annoyance, that's a problem. But if that annoying, agitating component is something that elevates in your mind's eye, particularly pertaining to a suffocating market, but you play better under those conditions, what the hell do I care? And if you hold on, you also got Kevin Durant in this regard. We're looking at a guy that's one of the greatest players in the world, and you're talking about him arguing with teenagers. What is he arguing about? Basketball. So my point to you is that he is qualified as an expert on the sport of basketball to debate. Who he chooses to debate is irrelevant. It's what he's debating about. If he's talking about his mama, he's talking about somebody else, that would be different. If he's talking about the sport of basketball, who cares? Because he's talking about a sport he's an expert on, that he plays on an expert level on. And oh, by the way, when you tick him off, he plays even better. What's the problem?
I want to redirect to you, Wendy. I agree with Stephen A. KD is going to ball regardless. It doesn't matter where he goes. But the fact is the market does matter in terms of these guys' brands. That's why Zion Williamson lost tens of millions of dollars because he didn't wind up with the Knicks. He wound up with the Pelicans, right? Tens of millions. What was it, 40 million, 30, 50 million dollars?
Never know.
Something like that. So it does matter. Whether or not people like it, it matters. So then the question is, if he thinks that's important to be in a market like, let's take New York, he'll ball regardless. It's a question of his own happiness. Where is this dude going to be happier? On a dysfunctional franchise or on a healthy franchise?
He's on a great winning franchise. He's on arguably the best run franchise in sports. He's playing in a major market. It's going to be a bigger market when they move across the bay, and he still doesn't seem happy a lot of times. That's one of the things that even he has said. The championships haven't made him as happy. Although I will say this, the other night I was in the back of the Warriors locker room during the game, and I saw Durant watching that game. He was extremely happy in that moment. When Andre Iguodala hit that shot, his happiness was as much as I've ever seen.
When he's winning.
Why do you think he's not happy?
This is a question, Molly, that the Warriors have developed and dedicated a lot of time to over the last year. And what the Clippers are studying right now, and the Lakers are studying, and the Knicks are studying, because when they talk to him, they want to be able to communicate with him.
Yeah.
It's been mystifying to them that the Warriors have given him everything he wanted, and he hasn't had that happiness.
The Warriors recognize the fact that they can't do anything more than they have done. They're willing to pay him the max. They're willing to take care of him. They love him here. There's no question. But we want 35 ventures and some of the things that they're engaging in and all of his business opportunities. How you look at it, you're near Silicon Valley. What's the problem? Well, guess what? Gotham City. You got to remember, when Dolan met with LeBron James, supposedly, when Dolan met with LeBron James, even though he had Donnie Walsh wheeled in there and had, whoever else they had up in there, if you remember, they was basically talking about, their pitch was, I'm going to make you a billionaire. That was their pitch to LeBron James. I'm saying to you, when it comes to Kevin Durant, who knows what Dolan's telling
do you guys remember the Adam Sandler?
I don't think Dolan should be in the room.
No,
Wendy,
he shouldn't.
Wendy, did you see Adam Sandler on SNL do the skit about vacations? He's doing a vacation company, and he's like, look, we can send you on vacation. We can't make you happy. That's the gag. Like, wherever you go, there you are. You're still the same miserable person, right? But still, you can go on vacation in Hawaii or in Siberia.